set, 50, plant.
No. All right. Let's go, D. Let's go.
5.
Here's Thorson on 1st and 10. And his first pass is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
On the ball.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
61, matchbox lights, a alpha. Ready?
Thorson looks to throw on 1st down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play that time for Cleveland. 45 yards. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing, Thorson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Demetrius Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Thorson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Geno Atkins in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Thorson drops on 2nd down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Thorson and Callaway taking it in left side. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They'll try and sneak it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Ready.
50, Mike 50. I don't even know why this team showed up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Switch, switch, switch.
Snap.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt.
Let's go. Come on. Come on.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Check out. Check.
It's Jordan Wilkins here, 2nd-year man from Ole Miss. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go. 30 base.
They gonna need some therapy.
80 weapon.
Check. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call. and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
53.
To throw again. Dalton. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. They give him a gain of 38. First chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll give it to Mixon, and he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Another try for Mixon. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal. A 22-yard.
Bullock's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
59 mark. Check. 59.
Let's make these babies proud. Ready?
On 3rd down, it's Thorson. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here's Dalton on the screen, Bernard. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Drew Sample, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullock good on the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd and 9, Thorson. Caught left side, it's Beckham. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
A 28-yard gain. 1st down, Cleveland.
Ready, break.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check 99. Check 99.
Protein spill. Shoot.
On the counter, Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Blue draw Corkers.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the 1st half. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Got
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. On 4th down, it's Thorson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
368. 951, 958. Hey, echo. Who that? 51 the mic, boys, 51.
Throwing, Dalton. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Dalton. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Browns drive about to get started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Put that team on the clock. Switches.
Hey, do.
Now Thorson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. The Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick, there on the coverage. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Ready?
So 3rd and long. Here's Thorson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Defenders take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Dalton sets up play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved out to an early advantage. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mixon with it. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. So Dalton now. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
8 yards on the pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Watch out.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here we go, set, 18 Gator. Come on, D.
Watch the edge. Watch twist.
On third down, it's Wilkins, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Here's Thorson. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. Well, they had a gain of 1, then 2, and now 3.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
To throw again on second down. Thorson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. From the gun, it's Thorson. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper...
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he can vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And the pressure gets to him again. Jayon Brown. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So the sack, and now it's third and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Pull it together. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Thorson. Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Thorson. And that will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scouted.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jayon Brown able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. The toss play to Mixon. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the 1st.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Open man is Uzama. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Check.
This is Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Dalton now to pass. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
360 outlaw.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Let's go.
That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Flush to his right. Incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Check 13. Check.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Kill. Shoot.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
On the carry, it's Wilkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. And in week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Check 31.
General West.
Check the backer.
Snap.
They run again with Wilkins. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come out here in the eye.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Kill. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 3.
On 2nd down, it's Wilkins. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
But that kind of loss of yards, that is usually an error by the guy carrying the ball. At the 1-yard line, you can't get too fancy there. You just got to try and plow forward and get what you can.
It's just a disaster. You go back to the 6 after you were at the 1. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. The 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, it's Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd down and 12. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run it here with Wilkins. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Jordan Wilkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that takes us from second to third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
There was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no. They went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
Andy Dalton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Here we go, set, 60 yards. 59. Be a long day for you.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Oh, no, he lost the football. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Thorson able to get away. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Geno Atkins able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing, Thorson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, Stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Browns, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.